Tonight on CTV, we take a look at all the abandoned bikes all across CSU's campus. Then your CSU Fast Five anchors get competitive and challenge each other to a duel. Then entertainment anchor Molly Baltzer gets colorful with chalk art. Starting now.
Thank you for tuning in this evening for Collins and CSU. I'm Baylee Lakey.
And I'm Kay Bennett.
Firefighters responded to a locomotive fuel leak near LeMay and Riverside yesterday afternoon. The truck leaked an estimated 2,600 gallons of diesel fuel, with most of the fuel hitting the ground. There is no immediate danger and no evacuations were needed. The cause of the leak was a punctured tank, most likely from debris along the tracks.
The Warner College of Natural Resources has introduced a new major to the campus at CSU, a Human Dimensions major. According to Tara Teal, an associate professor, the new major involves a mixture of environmental communication and protected area management. Students will not be asked to choose a concentration if they choose this major.
CSU is a major biking campus. However, with all the bikes around, some are left behind. As the school year picks up, finding a parking spot for a bike can be difficult.
The bike racks definitely get full a lot of the time.
While a majority of spots are taken by active bikers, some are filled with abandoned bikes.
I kind of get upset because I'm usually in a rush to get to class. And those bikes, they're just taking up space and no one's using it, so it's kind of frustrating.
CSU does, however, have a process to get rid of these bikes.
Basically, if you leave a bicycle on campus abandoned, meaning not used for 7 days, so if it's in the same spot for 7 days, it's considered abandoned. And CSU policy means that at that point we can cut the lock off and impound the bike.
After bikes are impounded, they have 90 days to be picked up, after which they are handed over to serve a better purpose.
What we do with the bikes is they're given to surplus property on campus here, and then surplus, they sell them for a much reduced price than at a bike shop. So it's a really great way for people to purchase the bikes that are being abandoned on campus.
While CSU does have the impound system, the fastest way to free up bike spaces is for students to take responsibility of their own property.
If you have a bike on campus, please take it home. Please take it off of campus if you no longer want it. Please don't leave it here and make it our problem, because it affects people who want to park their bikes in that rack. And like I said, it's just me and 4 students, so that's a lot of bikes out there for us to be in control, having to manage.
If you see a bike that is not rideable or has stayed in the same place for quite a while, you can notify the Bicycle Traffic Education and Enforcement Program.
Mulberry Bridge will return to two-way traffic this Friday, according to the Colorado Department of Transportation. However, the $9.6 million project on Mulberry Street will still be subject to single-lane closures between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. for final bridge and road work through November.
The Democratic Party debate aired last night on CNN to record-breaking viewership, according to the Nielsen scan. They are reporting that 15 million viewers tuned in online and on TV. This is a sharp increase from the last Democratic debate in 2008, which only pulled in 9.8 million viewers. We want to know what you think about the candidates. Tweet us at the Collegian Twitter using the hashtag #DemDebate.
One foster mom says that there is a serious need for more foster homes in northern Colorado.
Star Wars is epic.
12-year-old Caden is just like every other boy, but his home holds a remarkable story.
My mom is Alicia Cowper. My favorite color is pink. I was adopted when I was 4.
Caden's mom is licensed to home up to 9 foster kids and currently homes 8. At just 16 months old, Caden was in a household where methamphetamine was cooked in the kitchen next to his high chair. Clearly, he was in a dangerous situation.
I was put in a basement, a dark basement. I was locked in the basement.
Today, Caden is thankful.
I just went to a foster home, and that was my family right off the bat. That's the family that God planned for me to go to.
A rare story compared to most foster kids who grow up moving home to home. Alicia Cowper says that each one leaves a mark on her heart.
I will not replace your mother, but I will mother you.
Case manager Debbie Ciancio says that adults need to get past the stigma towards foster kids and open up their home to help a child looking for a family.
And we need foster parents. We need good parents who would really want to make a difference in a child's life.
One CSU sophomore was taken away from her parents at 8 years old and found her voice from what she went through.
I learned to love myself because it was really hard growing up and not realizing like what happened and knowing the truth and just thinking it was my fault. And my foster family, they just really helped me understand that it wasn't my fault and that it's your parents' decisions, not yours.
A similar lesson that Caden experienced. And now his home is filled with laughter, puppies, and most importantly, a loving family.
For more information about the foster system or if your family is considering fostering, the Copers recommend Frontier Family Services.
Next up, Madison Sloan will break down your weekly weather forecast.
Stay tuned.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
Welcome back. I'm Madison Sloan with your weather forecast tonight. Currently it's 64 degrees with winds out of the southwest about 6 miles per hour. So if you're heading out to Ram Rhythm over by the CSU Rec Center, make sure to bring a light jacket. Looking into the evening tonight, we're going to hit 57 at 9 p.m. and stay partly cloudy, but it will clear up around 11 p.m. and 52 degrees around 11. Let's take a look at those lows all over Colorado tonight. Over on the Eastern Plains, Burlington will hit 43, Lyman 41. Up in Fort Collins, a nice 47 degrees. Down the I-25 corridor, 40s all the way down to 42 in Pueblo. We will be hitting freezing temperatures in Gunnison and in Telluride at 27 and 28. So tomorrow, make sure that if you're heading out to bring a light jacket in the morning because it will be chillier than what we've been seeing lately. Bring your sunglasses because later in the afternoon, you will be needing those, and of course, bring your smile. Let's look at tomorrow across Fort Collins. At 8 a.m., it's going to be mostly cloudy with 48 degrees. Noon, it's going to still be partly cloudy, 59. 4 p.m., we're going to hit just under our high at 66, but still mostly cloudy. Let's take a look at the highs all over Colorado tomorrow. Sterling's going to be 67, Lyman 70, Burlington 70 as well, up to 68 in Fort Collins, 70 in Denver, all the way down the I-25 corridor to 80 in Pueblo. Over across the Western Plains, 64 in Vail, 70 in Gunnison, 67 in Grand Junction. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Alrighty, so for Thursday, we're going to have 66, same with Friday. We're going to be warming up into the weekend, temperatures peaking around 73. As we move into the beginning of next week, it will drop down in those fall temperatures that we have been seeing the last few days. If you're heading out to the homecoming game this weekend, make sure that you bring a light jacket because Saturday will cool off in the afternoon. With more Inside Ram Sports, Brett and Olivia are up next. Stay tuned.
Test scores, GPAs, credits complete. They say what you've done, but they're only part of who you will become. With each new experience, discovery, and triumph, you become who you were always meant to be. And what you'll remember most is your state of curiosity, state of unity, state of awe.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
Welcome back, CSU. I'm your CSU Fast Five Sports anchor, Olivia Landis.
And I'm Brett Kennedy.
The Colorado State football team will play its homecoming game this Saturday against the Air Force Falcons. CSU is coming off a rough 41-10 blowout loss last week to Boise State. The Rams defense gave up almost 600 yards of total offense to the Broncos, and the CSU offense showed little life for most of the game. Air Force has 2 losses this year, but one was to Michigan State on the road, and they only lost 35-21 to the 7th-ranked team in the country. That's pretty notable if you ask me. This one looks to be another tough game for these Rams. Colorado State will be looking to seek revenge on the Falcons as Air Force won last year's matchup down in Colorado Springs on a last-second field goal. Here's what Coach Mike Bobo had to say about his team heading into its homecoming game.
The more we work it, the better we'll be. You know, on a short week, it's tough. When I say a short week, on 1 week it is tough to get ready for an option team, but you know, we've got some seniors on that team that need to take responsibility and be disciplined this week.
The Colorado State women's volleyball team took on Wyoming at home for the annual border war this past Tuesday night. The Rams swept the Cowgirls in 3 straight sets. Prior to the game, Wyoming was ranked 2nd behind CSU in the Mountain West Conference. Wyoming came in ranked 11th nationally in blocks, but by the time the night was over, CSU had more blocks than Wyoming, 9-8. To go along with that, the Rams held the Cowgirls to .000 hitting over the final 2 sets. Dree Colbert recorded her 5th triple-double of the season with 12 kills, 18 assists, and 10 digs. This makes her the first Colorado State player to have 5 in her career. Alex Reed and Jasmine Hanna each had 9 kills, and Reed added a season-high 6 blocks. CSU has won 34 out of the last 35 border war meetings and hasn't lost to Wyoming at home since 1996. The Rams are now 14-3 on the season and 7-0 in the Mountain West and will play against San Diego State on the road this Saturday.
Liv and I are pretty competitive, and we decided, why not throw down? We challenged each other to 4 sporting events to finally prove who is the real champion. Check it out.
What's up, Rams? I'm Olivia Landis.
And I'm Brett Kennedy.
And in light of homecoming weekend, Brett and I decided to have a little bit of a challenge amongst each other.
We're going to do some sports challenges to see who's better at what sport.
We've got soccer.
We've got basketball.
We've got football.
And we've got volleyball.
You guys decide who's the better athlete.
Let's do this.
Catch.
Ah.
Made it.
First up is soccer.
And the challenge is to shoot on a lacrosse goal because we're going to measure our accuracy.
As you can see, these goals are pretty small, so it's harder to make it.
Woo, baby! And that's how it's done. Second challenge is football.
We're going to be passing it to one another. We're going to be running fade routes right down the middle, but we're going to be throwing it kind of high, so it's going to be difficult to catch. Let's do this. Oh, there it is.
Now, set, ice.
Next challenge is basketball.
Time to hit the hoops. We're going to see who can have the best layups, 3-pointers, and free throws.
Let's do it.
Curry, baby.
Oh! For our final challenge, we take to the courts with the volleyball.
We're going to have 2 challenges, a serving challenge and a spiking challenge. Beware, folks, my serve is pretty ugly.
We'll see about that. Well, sadly, that concludes our sports challenge.
And it looks like Olivia won.
Sorry, Brett. Until next time.
Dang, Brett, I hate to say it, but I think it was your volleyball serve that did you in.
Oh, that was so ugly looking. But Liv, there was 2 soccer shots that you didn't show that I did make. And
That's true. I will admit to that. But you know what? I just had to choose wisely the footage. So that does it for your CSU Fast Five. But Molly Baltzer is up with your entertainment news.
We'll be right back.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and KCSUFM.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
Welcome back. I'm your entertainment anchor, Molly Baltzer. Daredevil fans have a reason to get hyped. Netflix has released their trailer for the upcoming season.
Does that sound good to you?
Hell yeah, it does. Hell's Kitchen needs to die before it can be reborn.
Word's getting around about the people you've helped. Sounds impressive.
This man in the mask, take care of him.
I need to be the man this city needs.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm more of a Batman fan, but that looks pretty exciting. The season premieres later this year. If you were on campus today, you probably noticed the pop of color to the plaza. Fraternities, sororities, and individuals gathered together to chalk the plaza in order to get ready for homecoming weekend and spread school spirit. This year's Chalk the Plaza theme was Draw Your Ram Heart Out.
So initially I just went straight to a picture of Cam the Ram coming bursting out of a heart, bursting pride for CSU, and having our letters associate with that because this is a Greek homecoming event.
While some of the Greek life participants have previous drawing experience, the point of the event is to bring everyone together with or without artistic skill and produce a school-spirited design.
Actually, everyone's killing it, but it's been nice. Everyone's been hanging out all day, and even if they're not drawing, they're just hanging out and being a company, good moral support.
I think it's cool just to kind of get that pride going for CSU and do some awesome art at the same time.
Each team consisted of pairing with one or more fraternities and sororities to come up with different and original designs. However, each chalk art seemed to have one thing in common: glorifying the Rams in hopes of beating the Falcons this Saturday for the homecoming football game.
And we are drawing a Ram with 100 years of fraternity and sorority life, and a Falcon because we're playing Air Force for the homecoming game, and our Ram is kicking our Falcons' butt.
ASCSU hopes to keep the Chalk the Plaza tradition in upcoming years and will announce the winner of this year's event at the end of the week.
Go Rams, beat the Falcons.
Chalk the Plaza was just one of the homecoming events happening this week. Some other events you can check out are the homecoming parade on Friday at 4:30 p.m. and the football game happening Saturday at 1:30 p.m. That does it for us. Be sure to tune in every Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm Molly Baltzer. Good night, CSU.